Now, of course, if you listen to Colin's pal, if you listen to him, well, we conservatives are extremists, particularly those of us who have passion, those of us who take them on directly, that is the left, behind microphones on television. There's something, well, we're really out of sorts. We're just nasty people. Now, it never bothered Colin Powell for a second that the man he endorsed for president hung out with domestic terrorists. It never bothered Colin Powell for a second, or certainly not enough to change his mind on who he voted for, that the most poisonous preacher I ever heard was Obama's. He sat there for 20 years and listened to this man, the man who conducted his wedding ceremony and baptized his children. That didn't offend the great Colin Powell. His radical nutjob advisors, who said some of the most outrageous things about Mao and Marxism, as if you and I have made this stuff up, that didn't offend Colin Powell either. The people Obama attracted and surrounded himself with, Acorn and so forth, that didn't bother Colin Powell. What bothers him is what I and others say behind the microphone. Now, that needs to be controlled. That needs to be addressed. I was watching C-SPAN, and they were doing a memorial to Richard Holbrooke. There's a lot I disagreed with Holbrooke, a lot. On the other hand, when somebody spends their entire life trying to improve this nation, you can't just dismiss somebody like that. So I wanted to watch this, and of course in the audience there's Colin Powell, and I thought to myself, this is Colin Powell's life. These are the people he hangs around with. Over at the Kennedy Center, the various restaurants in Washington, D.C., the different haunts. He likes being seen with these people. He likes rubbing elbows with these people, then flying off, giving $150,000 speeches off private jets to major corporate executives and functions. And so this is who he hangs with. So to turn on the radio and listen to the likes of me, oh, imagine. It's just so off-putting for the good general. Why is this guy invited to comment on the politics of the day when he's completely disconnected from it? He knows nothing about the Tea Party activists. He knows nothing about the efforts to change the Republican Party into a true constitutional and hence big tent party. He has no conception of any of this. He's a talking point, a human talking point. This isn't to degrade his great service to the nation in the military. It's to degrade what he's doing now. And let us remember, in terms of his ethics, he sat on his hands. He sat quietly when he knew full well that his best buddy, his Deputy Secretary of State, Armitage, was the source of the Valerie Plame information to Robert Novak. He said nothing. He watched an innocent man get dragged through a grand jury time and again, lose every penny he had. He said nothing. Meanwhile, on TV, he won't shut the hell up. He has nothing. He can't stop talking and giving advice. It's always fascinating. A liberal reporter at CNN asking a liberal, putative Republican for his opinion about us. Like he really knows. Well, let's listen to some of this, shall we? Because this has been broadcast, whether you watched it or heard it or not. Here he is, Colin Powell, being asked by Crowley. I forget her first name. Doesn't matter. Candy Crowley. And may I say, Candy Crowley looks like she's had some candy. Does she not, Mr. Producer? Yes or no? Be honest. Maybe a little more than some, if you get my drift. Hey! Just being honest. Cut 2, go.
Has he been the transformative figure you envisioned?
Obama.
Yes, I think he's got a way to go. I mean, he hasn't achieved all of his purposes, but he stabilized the economy.
All right, stop. See what I mean about a walking, talking, whatever? He stabilized the economy. We have almost 20% unemployment, underemployment, people dropping out of employment. That's 1 in 5 Americans. Stabilized what? Has he seen the housing market? Does he know about foreclosures? Does he know what's going on? People underwater? This guy's completely out of touch. Go ahead.
The economy is now starting to rebound, more slowly than we would like to see, but it is rebounding.
Stop. See what I mean? That's nothing new. This is what all the Obama puppets are saying. It's rebounding. We want it to rebound more. I saved the economy. I saved the country, but we're rebounding. He might as well be reading a teleprompter. Go ahead.
Whether you approve of health care or not, he took on that issue, which I think is a major challenge for the American people. What do we do about 40 million Americans who have no health insurance?
Stop. Oh, I see. So whether you agree with what he did or not, he took it on, and so we should applaud him. What kind of superficial stupidity is that? He's destroying our health care system. But he took it on, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what matters, whether you agree with it or not. And what are we going to do with 40 million Americans who have no health insurance? Well, General Powell, have you ever decided to educate yourself about that figure? What's behind it? Have you ever heard of Medicaid? Do you know there are millions and millions of young Americans who can afford health insurance but choose not to purchase it? You make it sound like these are 40 million people lying in the gutter who cannot get health insurance under any circumstances, who cannot afford it under any circumstances, so we had to do something for them. And you know what we did, ladies and gentlemen? We took the Constitution and we rewrote it. We said, look at this, the Commerce Clause, every one of you people who have decided that you don't want health care, you're going to get it no matter what. What a great decision the president made there, huh? Whether you like it or not, he took it on, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a hero. Go ahead.
And so I hope we can fix whatever may be at fault in the bill that was passed. But we need some kind of health reform, and I think he took that on.
Stop. See how rational he sounds. Well, we need to fix the bill. Fix the bill. It's 2,700 pages, General Powell. The bureaucracy is working feverishly to institute as much of it as it can, even though you and I really don't know the particulars of the bill. And they want to institute it as fast as they can to evade the next election results, as well as these election results. Does that trouble you? And what is it that you would fix exactly? Go ahead.
I think he has reached out to countries around the world and has developed good relations with countries around the world.
Stop. Which one? We treat our closest ally, the Brits, like crap. We treat our good friends, the Israelis, like crap. The Red Chinese and the Russians treat us like crap. The Iranians laugh at Obama as they proceed to nuclearize the region. We're losing Latin America as I speak. What exactly has Obama done to improve our foreign policy situation? While I'm on this subject, General Powell, you can be my foil, because I know you're listening to all of us wackos at night. While I'm on this subject, what has Obama done to enhance liberty in this country or anywhere else in the world? To improve this nation economically or any other nation in the world? What has he done? Honest to God, ladies and gentlemen, what has he done? Nothing. Nothing. Here we have Colin Powell. One more. Cut 4. Go.
And we need to start pushing back on some of the more extreme language that we hear on radio or we see on television and we hear from our politicians. The reason they do it is because we accept it as people. So I think the American people have got to start demanding more of our public officials and of the media that is trying to come into our homes every evening. But unfortunately, there is a certain attraction to this kind of
okay, that's enough. Rambling buffoonery. Did the man say a damn thing? No. Has he said a damn thing you haven't heard for the last week? No. Rambling buffoonery. We salute you, General. You know, General Powell, there's a lot of folks in the military who support me and this program. There's a lot of Americans who support what we do here. Again, I have nothing but the highest praise for your military service, and even some of your non-military service. But of late, you're growing a little long in the tooth. It's getting old. Tell me, who do you represent? Who do you speak to? I mean, honest to goodness. Oh, and one other thing, General Powell. If I didn't play audio of you on CNN with Candy Crowley, nobody would have heard a damn thing you said. You owe me a thank you note. We'll be right back.